Sorry. Slow on the audio technicianing.
It's early.
Yeah. I think it was doubled because this was on the chat, which is like monitors what's coming here.
So it was that lag.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, brain's still warming up. It's 6:47 in the morning. This podcast should have already been released a couple hours ago, but you guys know how it is. We're busy.
We had a long couple of days.
Yeah. Real quick, want to thank our sponsor, Hafla. Hafla offers a wide range of products and solutions for the woodworking and furniture-making industries, from hinges and drawer slides to connectors and dowels, sandpaper, wood glue, shop carts, and everything in between. Exclusive product lines such as Lux LED lighting and Slido door hardware ensure that every project you create is built to last. Learn more at hafla.com.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of.
Yeah, we were at Hafla NYC yesterday. Buddy Ed, who you guys heard on episode, I don't know, it had to be like episode 30, something like that, this season. Reached out on Tuesday. Was wondering if we knew, any installers who had availability to help out with some stuff in the showroom out in Manhattan. He was looking for Wednesday, but unfortunately Wednesday we were out in the Hamptons. So we told him, we could do it Thursday. So we linked up. We took the ferry in yesterday morning, bright and early, and helped the guys out over there, and took the ferry home.
Yeah, it was a good day.
Yeah, it was fun. A little change of pace. Oh. So it's been a long week.
What happened Monday? What?
Monday was Memorial Day.
Oh, Monday was Memorial Day, so we were off on Monday.
Yeah.
Came in Tuesday. I think we did a bunch of computer work on Tuesday, didn't we?
Yep. Yeah. Only thing I did was throw together a couple of my kitchen cabinets that just need to be assembled.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we're working on design and bids and stuff on Tuesday, doing some client communication, and loaded up the van for a Hamptons trip on Wednesday.
Yeah,
which was another long day. Left here at 3:45.
That's AM.
Yeah. So we left 15 minutes earlier than usual. And it ended up saving us, I think, at least about a half hour in terms of traffic.
I agree.
So we got to the job at about 7:10. Whereas before, we left at 4, a lot of times we weren't getting there till 8 or after.
And you get, what would you say, 3/4 of the way there or more before the traffic really hits?
Yeah, in terms of miles, it's probably more than 3/4.
Yeah,
because where that traffic starts on, what's going on here? On Sunrise Highway.
Oh, I see you caught underneath that thing. Yeah, the traffic starts, and it's basically all workers, tradesmen.
Yeah.
There's so much work going on in that area.
Yeah.
It's insane.
I mean, I don't know how much more work is going on there than anywhere else. I think it's more of an illusion because all of the work there is imported. There's no tradesmen living in the Hamptons.
I guess you're right. And there's just that one road that goes in. So it's like a funnel.
Right. So, if you drive around Rumson or Fairhaven, there's just as much building going on, but everybody's local. Whereas there, I shouldn't say there's no tradesmen in the Hamptons, but, the vast majority are coming from, probably an hour or more away.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's just a bottleneck. It's a 2-lane highway into the Hamptons with, hundreds of trucks and vans and all kinds of different subcontractors going in there. You got your landscaping, your concrete, your electric, plumbing, HVAC, carpenters, everything, tile guys. So it's a lot of traffic.
Yeah. Yeah, and all the cars, all the workers, the painters, and, all the guys working for the subs.
Right.
I mean, they were telling us, Francisco was telling us about his guys that live in Long Island. Or do you say on Long Island? How long it would take them to get to work even.
Yeah. Yeah, I forget where he said they live, but yeah, he was like, yeah, sometimes it takes them 3 hours.
Exit 50 something. I guess.
That's like not too far from Patchogue.
Right.
So yeah, we shot out there. We had to do the barn doors. We had to install the mantle. We had to adjust the doors on the foyer piece and touch up some spots on the countertop where I think somebody, not the homeowner, I think somebody got something on there and they tried to clean it off with something.
Yeah.
And they screwed up the finish. Because there's no way water would have done that.
Yeah, it was pretty rugged.
Yeah. And concentrated in areas where there wouldn't typically be like a lot of water. And what else? We had to put the legs on the cabinet. We made some legs for a cabinet that they had, a polyform.
Those brass legs.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, it all went off without a hitch. Well, a couple little hiccups here and there, but everything came out good. It was pretty easy. We were done there by what, 12:30, something like that.
And there was quite a bit of downtime there too. We were, taking a tour of the home.
And
I was eating my very first flagel,
which is a killer. She's like, "You want to see the house?" I'm like, "No, we got to get to work." And then next thing you know, we're walking around the house. I'm like, "God damn it!" I'm like, "We got to work." I'm like, "Go and get this shit done." It's a 4-hour drive.
Yeah.
But yeah, once we wrapped up with all of that, the gentleman who was doing the painting in that house, Francisco, he I guess he's sort of like a GC, I guess, and he runs, some painting crews, and they do carpentry and stuff like that. So he's got a couple homes that he's doing work on, and so he wanted us to come to this first house in Sag Harbor and measure up for some doors, which we had been talking about for the last, maybe 2 weeks. Black Locust interior doors that he had me price out. And surprisingly enough, Black Locust is expensive because it's not very common. I think I have some leads on stuff that's a little bit closer. I'm going to call around today and get some prices, but I gave a very high price, and the homeowners were fine with it.
They don't blink out there.
No, it's a very small house, and he was saying like how many millions of dollars it's worth.
It's a cottage.
Yeah, it's like smaller than the downstairs of my house, and I have a small house. Like my house is only 1,100 square feet or something like that.
Yeah.
And it's about the size of the downstairs. So we went over there, and they did a really nice job with everything that they did in there. They did a bunch of horizontal V-groove, pine paneling, floor to ceiling, inside, and did a bunch of work in the basement. I mean, the basement looked great.
Yeah.
For not a finished basement, but just
very clean.
Yeah, epoxy floor and not all kinds of pipes and shit hanging down. The ceiling, it had nice high ceilings. They did like Sapili shower outside, and just nice work. You could tell that they do good work, siding and gutters and all that stuff. And he's like, "Oh, while you're here, why just give me a price on a kitchen?"
I mean, the kitchen did need updating for sure, but
yeah, it's like right out of like the 80s probably.
Yeah,
pink Formica countertops. Oak light, sort of that gold, a little bit lighter than golden oak, but oak, raised panel cabinets.
And the layout too was kind of of that era, with the corner stove and that angular counter cut back.
Yep. Yeah, just definitely needed updating. And for the, that and it looks like they're in the process of redoing the bedrooms, but and the bathroom was fully gutted. So those were really, like the family room area, because that's all it is: a family room, kitchen, 2 bedrooms, a linen closet, and a bathroom.
Yeah.
That area, the kitchen, really needs
be
some
brought up.
updating. Yeah. He said, the people they're only out there a month or 2 months a year. They live in Miami.
Yeah. The exterior was real nice.
Yeah. Yeah. Nice, like split shakes, painted black. It looks the part. It looks very Hamptons. The split shakes are a nice change, though. I didn't see a lot of those out there.
And they got their own little dock in the back.
Yep. Little garage in the front. What was strange is there's no path
to
the house. It's just grass.
Yeah, they got to do some kind of walkway.
I don't know.
Because I didn't notice even a door on the back of the garage. Did they have like a passage door on the back of the garage even?
I didn't see.
So you park your car and you got to walk around back, into the street area, around the front of the garage and then traverse.
Nobody parks in the garage.
No. Well, they didn't really have a driveway there.
Yeah, right in front of the garage.
Oh yeah, I thought that was the street right there.
No. Yeah, nobody parks in their garage unless it's like a 3-car garage.
Yeah, it was just a little 1 car.
3 cars, and then you can only fit 1 car in. But you got so much shit. Yeah, they got bikes and all kinds of stuff in there, I'm sure.
Kayaks.
Yeah. And then he said, we were talking about veneer came up, and he said, oh, I got this job out in East Hampton where all the veneer on the doors failed. I've already had to replace fridge panels and this and that. He said, why don't you guys go out there, take a look? So we drove out there. That was like another 20-minute ride because, the roads out there are all 30-mile-an-hour roads, basically, and they're twisty, turny, back in the woods.
Yeah, I didn't know it was like that out there.
Yeah, I thought it was like all like the beach. You know what I mean?
Straight roads
But yeah, it's definitely drain the compressor. Work is completed. Definitely more wooded than I was expecting. There's like pine barrens out there.
Mm-hmm.
So we went and we looked at that job. We show up and there's like a gate, and we're like, how the hell do we get into this place? And there was a landscaper outside. We're like, is this 42? He's like, yeah, push that button. So we, the gate opens up, we go down, and he sent us to talk to his guy who was painting Oscar. And we're like, oh, are you Oscar? Yeah. Francisco told us to come look at the doors. He's like, oh, doors. He's like, is it in the main house or the secondary house? We're standing in front of this giant modern house, probably 8,000, maybe more, 10,000 square feet. And, look over to the right, and there's like another like 5,000 square foot house right there.
It was nice.
But yeah, no service. It took a little bit to get figured out where they were, but we go into the main house, the kitchen, and yeah, something was going on with the finish on these doors. The veneer was coming off of the core material and sort of cracking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a lot of like that crazing sort of thing.
Yeah. So we took some measurements on that. I don't know what, aside from a complete reface, there's not really anything that we could do there. Trying to match that finish, you're better off just getting new doors from the manufacturer. And at that point, it seems like it would be a warranty issue, but, it didn't hurt to go look. We were already out there. One of those things where when you're 4 hours away and there's, just go look at the job that's 20 minutes away because.
Yeah, you're never going to do that from home.
No. So yeah, after that, we left. We were trying to, there was no service. So we're trying to get back. We were ready to leave to come home. And just trying to drive to get service, and then finally got service, and we were way north on the island, and usually we're all the way south. So it took us all these crazy back roads to finally get back. On Tuckahoe, we got back on the North Highway or whatever it's called, which turns into the Sunrise Highway.
Yeah, it was sketchy there for a while. The great part was like turn left on Old Montauk Highway, and
it's just like a 12-foot wide road with no curbs,
not even a center line.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh. So yeah, it was another long ride home. We left. I don't even know.
Was it about 3:30 when we got on our way home?
No, because it wasn't 5-hour drive. Let me see what I texted my wife. Yeah, about 3:50 actually. But I think we got back to the shop at like 8:05.
Mm-hmm.
So it was, a little over a 4-hour drive. It was pretty good until we hit, once you pass exit 50 on Long Island Expressway, there's just always a ton of traffic.
I don't understand that flow coming from the east into New York at that time of day. Like it's rush hour, but why is everybody going in?
Yeah. Well, the traffic is equally bad in the opposite direction.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess there's industry out in Long Island where people are working, who live in the city,
commuting,
living in Queens and going out to Long Island, warehouses and stuff like that. I don't know.
Yeah, it gets rough there for a while.
Yeah. I mean, it's rough all the way. You're on the LIE, and then you get off onto the BQE, and then the BQ onto the Kosciuszko, or however the hell you say it. I want to look that up.
Yeah,
I was thinking about that when we were driving. I said, I want to look up how you say this. How do you say?
Because it doesn't really clear up until you get like out of downtown Brooklyn area.
Kosciuszko.
Pretty close. Yeah, so like you get like you have like a half a mile of no traffic. I mean, I shouldn't say no traffic because everybody's getting off too, but yeah, between the LIE and getting on the BQE, like you get onto Kosciuszko. I'm just going to keep saying Kosciuszko because I don't even remember what the hell they just said. And it's just gridlock right there. Then I guess, is that the BQE?
It is.
Yeah. But then you get up and you got to bear to the right to stay on.
Yeah, it's all, Greenpoint and Williamsburg.
Yeah. And it's just, it's terrible all the way to the Verrazano Bridge. So from exit 50 on the LIE all the way till you get into Staten Island, it's just horrible traffic.
Yeah. I mean, it kind of cleared up like around the Gowanus on Wednesday night.
Yeah. But it was still very congested.
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't stop and go, but it was heavily congested. You're not doing, 10 miles over the speed limit, which is what I want to drive minimum.
Yeah, that's normal, that congestion. That's the way it always is.
Yeah. And then once you're in Staten Island, it's a breeze, because I don't know how wide I don't know how long it is between the Verrazano and the outer bridge. It can't be more than 15 miles.
Yeah, I don't think the whole length of Staten Island's like 15 or 16 miles.
Yeah, so it's got to be less than that. It's probably 10 miles or something. Once you go over the outer bridge, it's like you may as well be home.
Yeah,
because we do that drive. We do that drive a lot, basically from the Driscoll Bridge home. Like the Driscoll Bridge, the outer bridge is right, basically a couple miles from the Driscoll Bridge. So it's like the Driscoll Bridge is always like the sign that you're home.
That's the barn fever.
Yeah, because it's only Driscoll is exit 122 basically. I think that's the last exit before.
Yeah,
127.
Right. Yeah, it's 127 to go to Staten Island and take a left.
So it's 10 miles. Driscoll Bridge is 10 miles from our exit, and then it's deceptive because it's another 10 miles from getting off the Parkway to get back to the shop. At least. Might be more. Because it's 5 miles from my house to here.
Oh.
It might be another 15. But either way, you finally feel like you're home because this is it's where we live. It's this area. So, we got back to the shop, 8 something.
We were beat.
Yeah. That was a long day, 17-hour day.
Yeah, but I had that Wendy's chicken wrap to hold me through.
Yeah, that smelled good.
It was pretty good. I can't lie.
I ate my horrible dinner out of Tupperware, parked outside of a CVS in Millersville. What is that town? It starts with an M. Not Morrisville, not Millersville.
Yeah.
Monroeville?
I can't think of it right now.
I think it's Monroeville. Out in that like Stony Brook kind of area, Long Island. That's where we get off. That's where we get onto the LIE.
It's Captain Dan
Rowe, ROE.
Dan Rowe Highway.
Yeah. Exit 70 something, I think, on the LIE.
Yeah.
Pulled over there. We had to send out an invoice for this kitchen that we're doing. I'm back on my one meal a day, trying to drop this holiday weight about 6 months. 6 months later than it should be.
I was going to ask what holiday that was.
Yeah. Well, usually it starts around Halloween, and then it goes all the way till New Year's.
The Memorial Day holiday.
Yeah. No, I didn't eat anything I wasn't supposed to this weekend.
Yeah, you were quite disciplined.
Yeah. I got to. I just feel terrible. I dropped like 5 pounds, but weigh like 210 when I should be like 185. It happens so fast.
It does. It'll happen overnight.
Yeah. I feel like ever since I had COVID, it's been harder and harder to lose weight.
That could be. You never know.
Correlation does not equal causation, but could just be that I'm getting older also. So yeah, I'm trying to drop some pounds. That's for sure. So I had my ground beef and eggs.
Yeah. I had a soda also, which I can't remember the last time I had a soda. It was pretty good, but
I like a soda every now and then.
Yeah.
I like Diet Coke. I just like the taste of Diet Coke.
I had like a orange cream, kind of was like a creamsicle kind of.
Yeah, Stewart's has that orange cream soda. That stuff's good.
Yeah.
I haven't had that, and man, couldn't even tell you how long. I like all those. I mean, they're not very, I shouldn't say they're not common, but it's not like a go-to for people, like a birch beer or like a cream soda.
Yeah,
or
I like
orange cream.
You ever have Big Red? You ever hear of Big Red?
No. I've heard of it. Yeah, it's a red cream soda.
Yeah, that was big when I was in high school in Texas.
Yeah, there's certain areas where there's an area where the cream soda's pink. Around here it's like that light brown, like a tan. It's like a tan color.
Yes.
I like cream soda. I like the taste of it. I don't like the mouthfeel. I like a very dry. It's the same for me with beer, but not wine. I don't like really dry wine, but I like really dry beer. And I think I shouldn't say I like dry soda because I really don't drink soda, but I think that's what I like about Diet Coke is like it's very dry.
I was never a fan of the diet soda. I remember when though you're probably too young for this. New Coke.
I've heard of it. Yeah, I've never had it.
That was my first political stance. I came out strong against New Coke.
If only things were still so benign.
Yeah, I think I even like wrote a letter or something like that.
Oh my God.
I can't remember.
Write your congressman, get rid of New Coke.
Ridiculous thing I did, but it was the first thing that upset me.
Well, now everybody's upset about everything.
Yeah.
On both sides. Don't make any inferences.
Oh, no. Yeah. I remember I was a pedicab driver at the time. You know what, like those rickshaw things?
Oh, yeah.
In San Francisco. That was a great job. We had like these, it was like a bicycle with a little fiberglass thing that had a seat for two people.
Did it have like a fairing on the front or?
No, it was like a regular bike.
And then on the back.
Yeah, it had two wheels in the back.
Yeah.
And so we worked just like a cab driver that didn't own their car. You know, we would go to the barn in the morning out on the pier at San Francisco, like the Fisherman's Wharf area.
Yeah.
And you'd pay, let's say it was like $10 or something like that
to rent
the bike from the guy who owned all the bikes.
That's pretty cool.
And then you go out there, and there was little designated areas where they'd let you hawk your tours.
And you just do people around the wharf, basically.
Yeah, I'd take people into Chinatown. I was quite the huckster.
Got to have some quad muscles to do that.
I used to take people through Chinatown.
Did it have gears?
They were like 3 or 5 speeds.
I'm going to say, man, single fixed speed.
No. I mean, you did have to have some muscle to do it.
Yeah, especially with 2 people in the back.
Yeah. So, yeah, you develop quite a. You ever have a job like that? Like being like a little huckster kind of thing,
No. I mean, being a waiter is
a little bit like
cool,
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Come on. Round trip to Chinatown, $20.
Oh, yeah. Not where I had to be like a barker.
Yeah, a barker. That's it. Oh, man.
No, that's like, working on the boardwalk.
That's
on
where you are. Yeah.
Got the dart game here.
Yeah, that was it.
Everybody wins.
I mean, what a subculture.
Yeah.
There was that, and like when I was a bike messenger, another deep subculture.
Yeah, like Seaside, and I don't know about Point Pleasant, but like Seaside was all Eastern European, like, what do you call it? Like when you come to like work for they could just come here in the summer and work. Yeah. We always called them Russians. I don't know if they're actually Russians. They could have been any Eastern. It could have been Polish for all I know.
Yeah.
But that's who we would get to be the dishwashers. We'd send somebody out to the boardwalk to just find some guy. We'd like have these 2.
Life was simple,
these 2
wasn't
Russian
it?
guys. We even had them making salads, I think.
We're short staffed tonight, Jeff. Run out to the boardwalk and get us 2 guys.
Yeah. No, they stayed the whole summer. You just got to get them in the beginning.
Oh man,
because that's what they're out there to work.
Yeah.
Because they know that there's a huge influx of tourism in the summertime in these certain areas. I'm sure it happens in a lot of different cities. So yeah, imagine that you fly out to whatever. Yeah, I'm going out to the Maldives for summer to bartend.
Yeah. When I went to Europe back in the early 90s, it was like that. You get these pub gigs where you'd live at the pub and, you'd clean up and do all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And it was all travelers.
Yeah, I remember, was it in Rincon, Puerto Rico? People were talking about, because a guy that owned the place around here, I think was either he had a place out there or he was going to buy a place out there. And we're talking about like, going out there to work for certain seasons, maybe like the wintertime or something. That would have been cool. Yeah. That's the kind of thing you got to do when you're young.
You're an old 34.
Yeah.
That's the kind of thing you got to do when you're young.
Yeah. Like 10 years ago.
Yeah. I mean, I remember when I was like in my 20s, 30 was sort of like my imaginary cutoff line to like figure out what I was going to do and do something.
Yeah. I got into this. I was, let's see, 2012, 23. I never looked back.
Yeah. I had a much more twisty road.
Yeah.
Yeah. Geez. Was Sandy 2012?
Uh-huh.
Wow.
Yeah, it'll be 13, wait, 11.
11 years.
It'll be
now.
11 years in October.
Holy cow. Over a decade ago.
Yeah. Crazy.
I know. I mean, where does the time go?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I'll be with my wife 11 years this year.
Wow. Well, congratulations.
Not married for 11 years, but
yeah.
Married for 2016. 7? Wait, is it only 7? 2023? Yeah. Why did I think this year was 8 years? I don't know.
Yeah. I think this year I'm going to be married 23 years.
Wow.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah. Yesterday was my buddy Anthony's 5-year anniversary.
Oh, yeah.
I said, congratulations. You made it over the hump.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, I crawled.
Yeah. You didn't tell him there's another hump coming, did you?
It's just one big hump.
Yeah. Nobody warned me about all the humps.
It's like what do they call those, bunny hills?
Yeah. Oh, man.
It's a series of peaks and valleys.
Yeah, because I didn't get married till, let's see, I was I 39 or 40? 2000. Yeah, I think I was 39. So I thought it would be easy. I thought this, once you get married, you don't have to Yeah,
it's like if you're dating, it's just the same thing.
Yeah, right. Only after you learn all the idiosyncrasies of the other person, you just coast through.
Yeah. Yeah, because I had lived with my wife for, she moved in with me soon after we started dating.
Mm-hmm.
So that's like, call it 2013. And we got married in 2016. So we had already lived together for 3.5 years.
Yeah.
More, almost 4, because we got married in October of 2016. But yeah, it's things start to piss you off. Like things that you put up with for 4 years, then all of a sudden it's like,
I can't take it.
Yeah, I can't take this anymore.
Yeah, the movie Network, where the guy hangs his head out. Yeah.
I'm mad as hell and I can't take it anymore.
Yeah.
I've never actually watched it, but I know,
Yeah, I probably saw the film back when it came out, or close to it. But I don't really know anything about it except for that scene.
Yeah, there's like another scene where he's on air. That's pretty famous.
Yeah. Oh, man.
But it's the reality of living with somebody.
Yes, that's right. it doesn't matter if they're your roommate or your spouse or whatever.
Yeah.
People get on your nerves.
It's actually harder because with a roommate, you could just like I've had roommates where it was like, I'm fucking done with you. Like, this is no longer an amicable relationship. You can't do that with your wife.
No.
You know what I mean?
No, you got to get along.
Yeah. Like, you can exist in a house with a roommate that you hate and just like, avoid each other. And, I had a roommate in college and we were friends in high school. We went to college and decided to be roommates. And I was out at a bar and I got a call that the RAs had like raided my room.
Oh, God.
Because him and my other buddy were in there drinking And then when they came in, they found all the empty beer cans were in my closet.
Oh, geez.
So I got, everybody got written up.
Mm-hmm.
And he let me take the fall for it. Like, he didn't say, like, he had nothing to do with it. Well, so that was it. I'm like, you're done.
Oh, geez.
So, like, the whole second half of that year, we didn't speak a word to each other. And, he had, that was, like, unforgivable in my book.
And those rooms are not big.
No, it's like a little bit bigger than this room.
I know. You know what's funny is that they just pair you up. Like, if anybody who hasn't done that experience, like, you show up if you're living in the dorms and you don't have like preset stuff, you just get a roommate.
Yeah,
they just stick some guys together.
Yeah, I mean, you would know who your roommate is. At least, like when I went to college, like they would tell you who your roommate was ahead of time and give the contact information so you guys could.
Yeah, not when I went. It was just two people just show up.
Oh my God! First come, first serve.
Room 110. Yeah, that's me. Oh, hey, what's your name?
Oh my God!
I got really lucky though. Yeah, I still remember my college roommate first year. Both our real names were Robert. His last name was Jones. He went by Jonesy, and everybody called me Zoom.
Yeah, this kid. My parents, they were like, "Oh yeah, you got a thing in the mail." I won't say his name. Is trying to become a cop down in Florida, and he needs a. I was like, "Fuck him." What makes him think
it was your roommate?
Yeah. Well, he was like always like, I mean, looking back, like he was heavily autistic.
Oh, geez.
Look, he was like real quiet, very, very socially awkward, like extremely socially awkward. But back then, like, this is 2007, call it. I had known him since probably, let's say, whatever, 1998 or something. We played football together and everything. He was just like a weird, quiet kid. You know what I mean? Like, nobody was like, "Oh, he's autistic."
Yeah, people didn't know that kind of stuff back then.
Yeah, totally undiagnosed as far as I know. But looking back, like, very, very autistic.
Let's give him a gun.
I'm sure he's got him. Not that autistic people are predisposed to violence. But yeah, some, untreated mental health issues that he probably needed to get figured out. But yeah, I was not going to be his reference. Not because he's autistic, just because he dicked me over.
Yeah. That must have been a short list if you were on it.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's like, man, you haven't made any other friends in the last 20 years? Because that was...
Oh, my God.
We're talking like... Last time I saw him was 2008, probably.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Feels like it's going to be another hot one today.
Yeah, like the radio said it was going to be 89. This is 86.
Oh, crap.
That's a New York radio station, so it's always hotter.
Yeah.
In the city.
Those heat islands.
Yeah. Yeah, we're right at the beach, so it's pretty warm. It was hot yesterday walking back to, taking the subway and walking back to the ferry.
Yeah, the subways are so much nicer now.
Yeah, like Allie's mom was asking me, she's like, so like, how was the city? It was like, because everybody says, they're like, oh man, since COVID, the city's crazy. People on the subway out of their goddamn minds. I thought it was like so tame.
Yeah, yeah.
It didn't seem. We only saw 2 homeless people.
Yeah.
The one
got
was like
off
face
in the
down up on the bench, like
yeah, his pants off.
I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah, he was in a bad way.
I mean, there was no crazy people on the subway.
No,
like
no panhandlers.
Not even anybody that looked crazy.
No,
like sometimes you get the guy who's just sitting there looking crazy.
Yeah,
there wasn't even that.
No, we got seats every time.
Yeah,
air conditioning.
The subway's funny. Everybody just it's like everybody makes an effort to just like look at the floor. I feel like
it's
like, all right, don't
make eye contact.
Yeah.
I remember one time I was heading out to. I used to be in this band that rehearsed in the Queens Music Building, which is the last stop on the F train. So So I'm leaving the city, and it's rush hour because it's after work, and it's one of those things. Have you ever been on the train, like when you can't even like get to like one of those handrails up at the top?
Not like on the subway, but I've been in like in college. Yeah, we had like this tram called the PRT that, yeah.
So which
is like, imagine like a subway car, but it's only like 8 feet long, and there's like, 2 seats and 2 seats, and then like poles.
Yeah,
people would just cram in those things.
Yeah. So I was playing bass at the time, so I got my bass, and I got the cases standing up, tall ways, and I can't even get to anything to hold on to, and so you're crammed in there and you're swaying with the train, and everybody's trying to keep their balance. And this one guy is just leaning on me like, I just felt like it was like intentional.
Mm-hmm. It's like that Seinfeld episode where the train stops. Elaine's going to the lesbian wedding.
Yeah. So I don't know. I must have been having a bad day. Because so then I scream, "Quit leaning on me!" And all of a sudden, I got like this circle of space around me, like nobody knew who they were.
This guy's about to lose it.
And I calmly reached up and grabbed something.
Strangely effective.
Yeah,
I was surprised. It was
pretty mellow.
Yeah, it, makes you wonder. Well, there's all this conjecture these days. 90% of it is total BS.
Yeah, in general, I mean, there weren't a lot of the electric bikes, creating havoc.
Yeah.
And what else? I don't think I saw any homeless guys pushing stuff around like we did the last time. We saw like one or two.
When we went to Hayful last time?
Yeah, we saw one or two with their big carts.
Oh, yeah.
But this time one thing I noticed, there was a lot of debris and trash on the streets. I mean,
we didn't spend a ton of time up on the streets. It was, we kind of just jumped from one subway station to another, but it was only like we only walked like 10 blocks or something, but yeah, I don't know. The subway is where you expect all the crazy shit to be happening.
Yeah.
Not once did I like side eye somebody and like, I gotta keep my eye on this guy.
Right. No one using the bathroom.
No.
Yeah.
But we'll be back out there on Wednesday.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Seeing Rob and Corey.
Yeah, so Rob and Corey are going to come out. I think we're going to try and meet up beforehand. Maybe grab some breakfast. The class is at 9. But, you don't want to be going into the city to get somewhere at 9. That's like the worst possible time to go in.
Yeah.
And, the ferry's nice, but I don't know if it's any easier or faster per se. It might be it's probably slightly faster. I wouldn't say it's any easier than taking the train.
No, train. I think we should go in on the train this next time even.
Yeah.
Because they're going to go to Penn Station.
Yeah.
We should go to Penn Station.
That's true.
Otherwise, we're going to have to take unless we meet them somewhere around Hayfla.
Yeah.
Because it'll be a much longer walk.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we should definitely try and sit down, eat some breakfast.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll have to look and see where a good spot to go get. It's so hard in a place like New York City to find something good because,
all those commuter spots.
Yeah, well, if you just look like, what's a good breakfast spot in the Flatiron? You're going to get 20,000 different things. And how do you know, half of the reviews online are BS.
Yeah, they're all fake.
Just set yourself up for massive disappointment. You don't want to go to one of the touristy kind of places where it's like,
Let's ask Ed.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
He probably knows.
Yeah, maybe come with us.
Oh, yeah.
Although he'll probably be there setting up.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah. I mean, the ferry is a much nicer ride. That train ride is brutal. It stops every 10 minutes.
You got to get the express.
Yeah, even then.
Yeah,
'cause we took the express home last time and it sucked.
Yeah, yeah. You're right. I'm sugarcoating it.
Yeah.
We want the helicopter.
Yeah, Blade.
One thing I enjoyed was sitting out on the deck on the boat.
Mm-hmm.
It was nice, the wind blowing.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean the ferry, it's very much like an airplane kind of on the inside.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's with the way the seats are set up and everything. And, you know, all the ferries are new, they're nice, clean, the bathroom's spotless.
Oh, yeah, the place was super clean.
Yeah, you know, they got a bar.
Had some good pictures, too, off the back of the boat.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a nice scenic ride, you know. The train, you're looking out the window, but freaking the highway.
Praying to get there.
Yeah, hoping that the thing doesn't derail because our railroad infrastructure is so horrible.
Oh, man.
Yeah, the most dangerous time on the boat is when they're docking.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, what's going to happen out on the open water?
That's true.
Anything that thing hits is going to be smashed to smithereens. The ferry's going to be just fine. The thing is huge. The Commodore, let me see. They just built that a couple years ago down in Louisiana and brought it up here. It's big. Sea Streak Commodore.
Yeah, we rode on the little boat, they call it.
Yeah. Yeah, they have, it's 150 feet long and 40 feet wide, the Commodore.
Wow.
Oh, wait. They have the Courageous, which is 157 feet long and 40 feet wide. It only draws 6.5 feet of water. 600 passengers and crew. 525 interior seats, 240 exterior seats. That's more than 600.
Yeah.
I know. Maximum speed, 39 knots. Got 4 diesel engines. And guess how many horsepower it is?
12,000.
7,274.
You can see I have no idea.
They've got the Commodore, which is basically the same boat. It's only 150 feet long and 40 feet wide. They got the Nantucket, which might be the one that we were on, which is 140 feet long and 34 feet wide, holds 505 people. That one does 42 knots, and it's 4,850 brake horsepower.
You know what? I was amazed at how close we were to the shore when we were pulling in.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's like right there.
Like you could see the sand.
Yeah. They've got a couple small boats. Like the one that we were on was this 140 foot long one. They got 2 of those. They got the MV Sea Streak Nantucket Express. Oh, okay. So we were on the New Jersey, New York Highlands boat, it looks like.
Oh, yeah. I think I saw that on one of the life preservers.
Yeah. 140.7 feet long, 34.22 feet wide. 42 knots. That's quick. 7,500 horsepower.
How many mile per hour is a knot?
I think it's just let's see, 42 knots, 2 miles per hour. 48.3 miles an hour.
Wow.
So 50 miles an hour for a boat is fast, especially a boat that size.
Like, isn't there some like old like the knot comes from like knots in a rope or something like that?
I thought it was nautical miles.
Oh, maybe that was like a old sailor's tale or something like that.
Maybe. Where does knots speed originate? Term knot dates from the 17th century when sailors measured the speed of their ship using a device called a common log. L-O-G, log. Nautical mile is slightly longer than a mile on land, equaling 1.1508 land measured or statute miles. Nautical mile is based on Earth's longitude and latitude coordinates, with 1 nautical mile equaling 1 minute of latitude. Okay, that makes sense. The word mile might have you wondering if there's a nautical kilometer too. There's not. The International Nautical Mile is used throughout the world. The measurement was officially set at exactly 1.852 kilometers in 1929 by what is now known as the International Hydrographic Organization. Here we go. The term knot dates from the 17th century when sailors measured the speed of their ship using a device called the common log. Common log was a rope with knots at regular intervals attached to a piece of wood shaped like a slice of pie. Mariners would lower the wood piece into the water, allowing it to float freely behind the ship for a specific amount of time, often measured with an hourglass. When the time was up, they would count the knots between the ship and the piece of wood, and that number estimated their speed. Yeah, you're right. That's crazy.
That's wild, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, look, they got a little little graphic.
I love that.
But what was the distance between the knots? That's what I want to know. So yeah, anyway, the point is, it's a fast boat. You know, it's 40 minutes to go from where we live to Manhattan.
Wall Street, yeah. Yeah, I kept getting confused that the Wall Street terminal was the ferry terminal. It's the only ferry, you know what I mean? I kept thinking that's like why I thought we were going to take the 1 train, because that goes to the ferry.
Right. Yeah, because we took the 1 to 14th Street and then took the 3. But the 2 also goes to Wall Street?
Yeah, the 2 and the 3, if I remember correctly, go to all the same stops except towards the ends of their run. Like in Brooklyn, they diverge, and in Upper Manhattan, they diverge. But they share the same track, you know, in the middle.
Right.
And a lot of those trains have changed since you know, I was a regular rider. But yeah, I used to take that line to Brooklyn College. Get on at Clark Street in Brooklyn, which I think was the first stop in Brooklyn. Yeah.
So they all go over the Manhattan Bridge, or some of them go underneath, or?
No, only a couple. I think the red lines 2 and 3. I think they go underneath. I think they go under the river. I think the only trains that go on the Manhattan Bridge were like the ones in the orange circle, like the D and the F, and not positive. The N, I think. So those are the yellow circles.
What's the difference between the letters and nothing? It's just,
I don't think there's anything. Yeah.
Is there's a 9 train?
Yeah.
How high do the letters go?
I think there was a Z.
Wow.
But there aren't all the alphabets. Let's see. There's a A, B, C, D, E, F, G. I don't know if I don't know. I don't think there's an H and I. There's a J. I don't think there's a K. There's an L. There's an M. There's an N. I don't remember if there's an O. No P. There is a Q. There's an R. There's an S. I don't think there's a T.
I wonder if there were, and they just retired the line.
U they had. I don't remember a V. I don't remember a W either, or an X, or a Y, or a Z.
20 or so.
Yeah. I mean, there might be more. And there were some that, you know, like the G train, I think. Like some of them had like very little limited runs.
Yeah.
And then some of them like go from, you know, one tip of Brooklyn, like the F train goes all the way into Brooklyn, goes into the city, into Manhattan, then goes all the way out to Queens.
What a loop.
Yeah, it goes into the city and then takes a right.
Huh.
and then the red trains, they don't go too deep into Brooklyn, but they go all the way up into the Bronx.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Imagine building all that stuff.
Yeah. And they did it 100 years ago.
They had all those illegal immigrants down there digging with shovels and pails.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember reading some stuff about it, then talking about they weren't illegal back then, because they let people in.
Right. All you had to do was come in and give them your name.
Yeah, but, talking about the difference between the ethnic groups and, their work habits and everything like that. I won't single anybody out, but...
Yeah, and, certain different areas of the world had, specialized in different things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, but, man, people, that was some work.
Yeah.
There was no OSHA back then.
No, that's like the Panama Canal. How many tens of thousands, I don't know what the exact counts are, but how many tens of thousands of people died.
Right. Digging that out by hand.
Yeah, they're literally embedded in the concrete.
Yeah. Holy cow.
And malaria, how many died from that?
What an undertaking.
Yeah.
Of course, there was machinery, but all the handwork.
Yeah. Well, it was steam powered back then?
Yeah.
That was what?
It's the early 1900s, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. Who was the champion of that? Was it Teddy Roosevelt?
I was going to guess Teddy Roosevelt as well.
That's got to be what, the 20s?
Let's see. Let's look up Panama Canal.
A man, a plan, a canal, Panama. That's a palindrome.
Oh. You remember that from your school days?
Yeah.
All right, Panama Canal. 2000. Date completed, 1914, August 15th.
Yeah, they brought a lot of redwood down there, I think, right?
Oh, wow. 82, it's 51 miles long. Got a 50-foot draft. France began work in 1881. U.S. took over in 1904. Canal.
We did it in 10 years.
Yeah. I wonder if there's no little title. It talks about the deaths. How many people gave their life for this thing? Ferdinand de Lesseps, the French originator of the Suez Canal and the Panama Canal. United States acquisition. Wow. I tell you, it's a shame we don't know more about our history.
Yeah.
It's just, I guess, I see Roosevelt's name here, President Theodore Roosevelt. Yeah, you were right on the money there.
Yeah, they're removing history from the textbook, so prepare to know less. Well, at that, folks, it's getting close to 8 o'clock here. We got to get to work, and I got to get this uploaded before I get 20 messages saying,
"Where's the
no podcast today?"
All right, so we'll leave you with that little tidbit of history.
Yeah, Panama Canal, Teddy Roosevelt, completed in 1914.
All right, take care, everybody.
See you next week. As always, Rob and I thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next week. If you want to help support the podcast, you can leave us a review on Apple Podcasts. Again, we appreciate your support. Thanks for tuning in.